Verse 727. If karma is form, it will be the cause of the skandhas and the objective world. Beings without attachment will not be abiding even in the world of formlessness. So if karma is form, this might seem a bit strange. Karma is surely action. It's work. It's action that has consequences, which in traditional terms we reap at a future date, either in this life or in another life. So what does it mean? How can karma be form? And the word for form here is rupa, usually listed as the first of the 5 skandhas. So what work, what activity is being carried out that can be described as form? Well, this is the work of the attention. It's the work of the attention. It's when the attention is identified with form. And form, in this context, is whatever attracts the senses, to put it in conventional terms. It's whatever attracts the attention. So it doesn't need to be a visual form. It can be a mental form, a feeling, a sound, and so on. And this has consequences. So here we have action and consequences. It might seem that we don't have much choice in this. Of course we go with what the senses present to us. But the spiritual teaching that's being presented here is saying otherwise. It's saying this is a process we have to be aware of. At some level we are choosing to go with the senses. The mind, manas, is choosing to go with the senses. And if we're spiritual practitioners, we can exert a choice. We can take an alternative, and instead of getting the mind to identify with what's going on with the senses, we can get it to identify with what is aware of sensory experience. This is awareness itself. It's the attention at rest. It's no longer being hijacked into a sensory world. Or to put it more accurately, the attention is no longer being extended into a sensory world. The sensory world is actually the extension of the attention. It's not that there's a sensory world there that the attention is getting drawn into. The sensory world is that projecting out of the attention. It's the projecting out of consciousness. So this isn't the first time we've looked at karma in this way. Back in video 350, which was entitled Karma and Transmigration, that looked at this understanding of karma, and there were a few videos after that as well which explored this understanding of karma. So karma here is actually what drives the attention out. And we get the consequence of it in terms of our own sensibilities, our own moods. So if karma is form, it will be the cause of the skandhas and the objective world. Again, the skandhas have had a couple of videos devoted to them. In particular, video 211 is called The Practice of the Skandhas. The skandhas are often just given as a list, but they're actually a process. And that process begins with the going out of the attention, the going out of awareness and losing itself in what it's aware of. So we have rupa, Then we identify aspects of rupa, individual forms. We give individual forms a name: paper, mouse, coffee, camera, me, and so on. So that's rupa, or namarupa. And the fact that it's drawn our attention invokes a certain feeling. Might be an indifferent feeling, or a pleasant feeling, or an unpleasant feeling. And going along with that is the understanding that this is a perception. It's a perception of something external, and it's perceived by an individual here through the senses. And this fuels our sensibilities, our moods. And this refers to the skandha of the samskaras. And finally, it's what gives rise to consciousness of a me here, experiencing all this. We discern ourselves as an individual amongst other individuals. So this is how karma here is the cause of the skandhas and the objective world. So how do we dissolve this karma? Well, we dissolve the karma through our practice, and that practice is allowing the attention to be where it is, or to be at rest, to stop stretching itself out into a state of attention. It comes here and realizes everything as presence, and realizes where it is as suchness. And this aspect of consciousness which projects itself out, this is karma. It's also called attachment. And we're told in the next phrase, beings without attachment will not be abiding even in the world of formlessness. And the world of formlessness is regarded as the highest aspect of the triple world. It actually refers to the subtlest of meditations, the most profound of meditations. But meditation itself is karma. It's a form of attachment. It's got its uses in certain contexts, but as enlightenment practitioners, we can either choose to meditate or not to meditate. If we are inclined to meditate, then the best meditation would be the one known as just sitting. So beings without attachment will not be abiding in the triple world. They'll be abiding in suchness.